Hello, good morning, boys and girls. Today we are going to take lesson 11.10. Describe equal parts. In this lesson, we are going to know how do you find a half of, a third of, or a fourth of a whole. Okay? Now, I need to ask you a question here. Now, open page 759. Okay? And let's do this together. First of all, I need to ask you, do all the shapes here in this page show equal parts? I will give you a few seconds so you can check all the shapes, okay? Do all the shapes show equal parts? Good job. Yes. In each shape, all of the parts are the same size. Okay? Now, let's read together our question here. It says, find shapes that show fourths and color them green. Okay? And find shapes that show, that show halves and color them red. Okay, so the halves would be red and the fourths would be green. Okay, now how many equal parts of a whole to show fourth? How many equal parts do we need? Excellent. It means 4 equal parts. Okay, now how many equal parts of a whole show halves? How many equal parts? Excellent, 2 equal parts. Okay, now let's search together and see which shapes show halves, 2 equal parts, and we will color them red. Okay, now here in this circle, does this circle show 2 equal parts? Does it show halves? Yes, it is. Right? So, we will color it red because it shows halves. Okay? So, you have to use your colors to color it in red. Okay? Like this, and here also. Okay, here we have 2 equal parts, which means halves. Okay, now let's search. Where is the other shape that show halves? Which one? Excellent, this rectangle. Good job, boys and girls. So since it shows 2 equal parts, which means this shape shows halves, we will color it red. Okay, so let's color it red. Okay, like this, and let's color the other part. And here we can see 2 equal parts, which means halves, right? Okay, good job. Now, which shapes did you color green, or would you like to color it green? We said that we should color the shapes that show fourths, which means 4 equal parts. We should color them green. Okay, so let's check together the shapes that have that have 4 equal parts, fourths. Okay, now this one had 3. Okay, this one here, this is 3 equal parts, which means thirds, so this is not included. This circle also is not included, those are thirds. And here this one is thirds too. Okay, let's check the other shapes. This one, this circle, does it have fourth is 4 equal parts? Yes, it is. So we should color it green, okay? Color it green, okay? Like this. What about this square? Are all the parts equal? It's divided into 4 equal parts, which means fourths. So we should color it also green, okay? Like this. So as you can see here, those two shapes are divided into 2 equal parts, while those two shapes are divided into 4 equal parts. And the rest, this one, and this one, they are thirds, not fourths. That's why we didn't color it green or red, because they are not halves to color them red, or even fourths to color them green. Now let's move to page 760. Now let's read the model and draw together. These are some ways to show and describe an equal part of a whole. The whole here means the shape, the whole shape, okay? One of 4 equal parts is called a quarter of a shape. A quarter of the shape, okay? Now let's see. Here in this rectangle, the whole is divided into 2 equal parts. So the shaded part here, the green one, is a half of the shape. A half of the shape. Now let's move to the second rectangle. It's divided into 3 equal parts. And this shaded part, the green shaded part, is a third of the shape. Okay? Let's move to this rectangle, the last one. It is divided into 4 equal parts. The shaded part here, the green shaded part, is a fourth of the shape, or we can call it a quarter of the shape, okay? Now, let's do the following exercise together. Let's answer the following questions. Now it says, draw to show thirds. Then color a third of the shape. Now we will divide the shape into thirds, which means how many equal parts? 3 equal parts. This is the first part of the question. The second part is to color a third of the shape. Now let's do this together, okay? Now we can divide a square like this. 1, 2, 3. So here we have thirds. We have 3 equal parts. Now we have to color a third of the shape. We have to color a third of the shape, okay? So we will color only third of the shape like this, okay? Now let's move to question number 3 here. In this part here, we need to divide it into thirds, which means 3 equal parts like this. 1, 2, 3. And we have to shade or color a third of the shape. A third of the shape. So we will color it like this. Okay. So here, as you can see, we draw to show thirds. Then after that, we colored only 1 equal part, which is a third of the shape. Now let's move to the next question. It says, draw